My name's Cliff Roderiques, and I've lived in New Bedford all my life, except for 10 weeks up in Burlington, Vermont. Uh, my story has to do with this photo. My family is a big Portuguese family, and we were mostly with my mother's side of the family, which was the Brillo side of the family. She had a large family of 9, 10 children, 11 children actually. Uh, Two of them, one of them died at birth. That was Joseph. And then this guy died soon after this picture was taken. This is my Uncle John, who I never met. He died, he was probably about 8 or 9 years old. This picture hung in my grandmother's parlor for years. I lived upstairs for my grandmother and grandfather. And when I would have problems, I would go downstairs and talk to John in the parlor, and it would make me feel better. And he kind of talked back. But when my grandmother and grandfather died, the picture went to the oldest sister, which is out in Dartmouth. I didn't see the picture anymore. I think it was hung in one of her spare rooms. And didn't pay much attention to it at all, anything like that. One time, after she had passed away and her husband passed away, her belongings were given away. And this happened to be given away to a man who was starting a new store up here on William Street. I had no idea that was happening. This was an antique shop, and on an AHA night, this happens to be AHA night tonight. On that night, my wife and I went in to see the new antique store, and this was hanging on the wall. I looked at the picture and I said, gee, I guess a lot of kids in those days wore the same outfit to take their picture. Not thinking it was my Uncle John. That night, he came to me and he said, come and get me. I don't like where I'm at. I don't know where I'm going. I'm scared. In the morning, I woke up, and in the newspaper was this same picture of him hanging on the wall in that store. So I called my aunt, who was one of the few aunts that was still alive, and said, was that your brother in the picture? She said, I didn't get the paper yet, but when my son brings it, I'll call you back. Well, I said, never mind, I'm going down there. So I went to the store, walked in, first customer, and said, that picture is my Uncle John, and I want it. I don't know how you got it, but I want that picture back. The man said, I'll call the owner. The owner said, I knew this would happen. He sold it back to me for $10. John now sits in my house between two candelabras. and we still talk. Now, if you can see the picture that came in the newspaper, which is pretty difficult right now, and check out the mouth, he's got a frown. If you look at the picture, he's smiling. Glad to be back.